Hello, chat. How are y'all doing today? Wop. That should be that. Hello. Also, April, thank you for the 20 months, almost 2 years. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But hello, chat. I hope you all are well. Hope you all are having a wonderful. Why is that so small? Hold on. It seems smaller on that screen than it. Oh, I know why. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wrong one. But in 2 years, I know that's insane. That's crazy. But how are y'all doing? How are y'all doing, chat? Hello. Hope y'all are well. Hope you all enjoyed episode 3 of Vampires. What'd you all think of it? We said our ominous tweeting, all the cast members' ominous tweets weren't for nothing. It was a crazy episode. Except for the stream. I'm glad. You guys weren't kidding. No, we weren't. We weren't. Been sick on Thursday, but doing okay. I'm sorry, Zen. Made so much sense. Oh yeah, no. It definitely was something. And that's the crazy part. I had the calmer POV of everything. I know some cast members like went into full on fights. There's been so much suspicion. All the vampires got revealed, besides maybe I think one person who got turned. Like it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But overall, super fun though. Like it's been super fun. And we get to do it all again tomorrow. Which kind of, well, we know one thing. I will like for watching videos now. No, so we're in the sense we are embargoed from watching new content. So I don't know anyone else's POV. Crescent Frog, thank you for the follow. I don't know anyone else's POV, and I probably won't watch anyone's content again for another, probably next episode. And then the following episode, I can then watch the previous two. Just because we don't want to like spoil anything. So. But yeah. Well, you do ominous tweets again, depending on what happens. We might, like, so here's the thing, right? None of, and I know, like, and I know some people were a bit confused about my little short, like, Twitter and, like, TikTok and YouTube short that I made of, well, so I said, well, think of the 5 stream streak, I appreciate it. I know some people were confused, asking, like, so is Vampires scripted? It's not. Everything that happens in Vampires, and this is what's crazy about it, right? Everything that happens in Vampire SMP is entirely improv with no real set planning going into it. So every event that you witnessed from anyone's POV in episode 3 was entirely just based off lucky timing, right? So like we discussed like things that happened which were crazy. For like example, Avid randomly stumbling across like Scott and Pyro, because Avid like mentioned that to us like afterwards, and like that was crazy. Like that's crazy that like that happened after, because again, suppose you haven't watched the episode, you should go watch it. Actually, I'm gonna grab my video real quick and put that pinned. But like it's crazy the buildups that happen in this show, and you feel like the events that unfold, right? The events that happen feel scripted, but they aren't, right? So hold on, let me get shareable link. Make sure it's the right link. It is wonderful. All right, and let me do my latest. Here's SMP. There you go. But yeah, basically, right. The overarching thing for vampires, like that in Cowboys, yeah, like unless it is a very scripted series, most of it is just improv and like a little bit of planning depending on what, but like Vampires hasn't had any like, hey, this is going to happen. How you guys know what happens, right? So like for Cowboys, for example, when the events in Cowboys happen, like the Narpies falling from like the crash site and them returning and everything, and like the finale for Cowboys, it was just like, hey, this is what we have an idea for. How y'all execute on that idea is what you want to do. Vampires has none of that. Vampires has literally none of like, hey, foreshadowing, this is going to happen, be aware of that. So anytime somebody gets turned, anytime someone sees something, anytime we realize something's about to happen, right? It's all our genuine reaction, both as player and in the character we play as. So like, for example, the argument that you see from my POV of Lagundo and Avid was genuinely the first thing that happened when we all started recording from like our stuff. That was like, all right, hey everyone, how's your day? And then it's like Avid's building a XYZ and Lagundo's in character, Doctor of Science, is like, this is ridiculous, you're making a mockery of me. Right? That then leads into the meeting where Avid basically is like, yeah, none of us believe you, quote unquote. Avid leaves. If Avid never left, right? If Avid never left, and if anyone in the town actually agreed with Avid and was like, no, Avid stay, and Avid did stay, there would have never been the moment of Avid witnessing Scott and Pyro actually turning into bats and having like full visual like verification of like, I saw it, this actually did happen. And that's what makes this like SMP so fun, is that everything that you witness, everything that you see is entirely unscripted. By the end of me and Lagundo finding that tunnel, the only reason why I had suspicion of that tunnel was because in the previous episodes we saw that the silver block that was next to Pearl and Cleo's house was broken via tunnel. And so I was wary about placing silver blocks down, and we saw one then underneath the actual like beacon. We're like, we got to follow this because we don't know where it leads to. It might be like, it might leave out of town. This might be where they're trying to like get into. And like we loop back around, and just because of timing, like I looked back in flashback, Owen walked past us just a few seconds before me and Lagundo emerged from underground. Hello, Ian. Welcome on in. It's like just brief timing. It's like a second, like 2 to 3 seconds, just before all that happens, and you get that whole like conversation with it, and which would have never happened if we never decided to go underground and like witness all that. Like the player's reaction are all improv. It's not like, okay, you guys are gonna go this way, we're gonna stay here, and then we're gonna see what happens. It's like all of us could have left town. All of us could have fully left on town and like decided, hey, we're gonna go with you, we're gonna all head to the castle and like confront them. But in character, we're like, me and Lagundo were like, this is crazy. Why would we do this? So I will say though, episode 4 still gonna be very, very interesting, still gonna have that creepy, ominous feel, but we all said in agreement after what happened last session that we're going to take we're gonna like pump the brakes just a little bit. Just so it's not like you go into the next episode full fight ready. So this is when like it comes slightly scripted, but not really, because anything can happen next week. It's just the general idea is that humans are going to do their human thing and try to fortify the town. Vampires are going to do their vampire thing and actually build their castle finally. So that's the fun. That's like the funny thing. Because we learned from Scott's reactions are so funny. Afterwards, he just goes, he's like, a man's just trying to build his castle. The more you all just run in there, I left signs, I broke the bridge, I did everything, and for some reason, none of you can read. So at this point, I don't think any human can read what I'm trying to do. And like, it's just so funny, because again, none of that's scripted, it's all improv. It's entirely improv. Which makes this like, which makes the reactions and it makes all the funny moments and what's just that much better. But yeah, so super happy. Like I said, my POV was the tamer, calmer version of compared probably to everyone else's, and that's just because of how my stuff played out. But it's gonna be interesting for tomorrow. Okay, so to explain the keybind situation, not situation, but just moment, right? So tab is disabled on the server. So if you press tab to see a player list, you can't see the player list. It's basically the player list is removed. So that is an open keybind slot for you to basically bind the command for you to do said ability. Right? We go into break, right? We go into break and we're just talking about flashback and so far how everyone's doing so far from the first half of the recording session. Right? And as we're talking, I'm just like sitting there jumping up and down, and I just instinctively, because when I just go into autopilot, I'll just sometimes press tab just to see look at the player list real quickly. And I originally set the Lantern Thrash to tab. Because I was like, in a moment, if I need to use my Lantern ability, I just want to press it to a keybind that I know that I can just use right away. And so I accidentally pressed it, and everything was frozen, and I didn't think at the same time, since the server gets paused. That's why if you look at the bottom of the video, it says server session is paused. That means nothing can actually break or be updated or whatnot. I didn't think the ability would go off. That was on me. And well, now you witnessed frozen flames wrapping around me. And so I changed it. I changed my keybind to X instead of tab, which is still a keybind that I can just instantly press without worrying about it. So I'm gonna miss too much, but I can watch the other part when the VOD comes. So yeah, no, you didn't miss anything. We've literally just started stream. We just introductions, a little hello. Be my second question. Recording tomorrow if Owen's new. I'm not sure. The thing is, I think there will probably be a recording. But if Owen decides to be like, hey, I just can't do this recording because of everything happened recently, it's fully valid. That's for him to decide. I don't know what he's going to do. But yeah, is it burning everything like Martin? Yeah. Fire tick. That moment of Martin, it's so like out of like character, right? It's so an out of like thing to do, like, oh my gosh, fire tick. But realistically, we can't be like, huh, that just happened. It's fine. It's the realization of everything's going to burn down. Martin's house, Lagundo's house. But yeah, no, like those moments are fun. They're really, really good. Yeah, we don't need to discuss so much on like the passing of Owen's dog on the stream. It's not for my stream to talk about. So if you need to, you can look on his Twitter. You can do whatnot, but we don't need to discuss it here because again, it's not my stream to talk about. But yeah, so with that though, it is going to be interesting recording wise for next session because you might see Abolish act a bit different. You might. Well, the silver, yeah, I saw that. What do you mean different? He might not be scared. He might not act as timid and scared as he was in the previous episodes. I won't say anything else. Y'all have to witness it. What's it? Gifted a tier 1 sub to Akko. Thank you for the sub, Akira. Let me add that to the let me go lo-fi real quick. Oh yeah, so that is just something come into play. No, the code. Technically, I did the code a little bit. Oh, chat's not on screen. Thank you. Chat should be on screen now. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh wait, hold on. I think I need to bring this above. There you go. It was behind my actual visual. But yeah, so there is a moment where V Abolish's tone shifts. And you can see it in last episode. It is in last episode, but there is a moment where... Oh, wow. Mod has it on lock. Gave 2... Thank you, Icy Wolf. You all just got up to 31. Nicely done. Nicely done. Hype train. Yeah, there is a moment in the episode where sort of his tone and demeanor shift. And so he might not be as scared and worried. And that's a little bit of lore backstory to it. Oh, that's a shortcut. I didn't notice that. Yeah, they had like 100 new builds in Island. So ah Atari. Thank you for the 10 gifted in Valor with Valorant giving 3, and then I see with another tier 1 sub to gifted to Ian. Oh my goodness, what is that? That is 14. It brings us to 44. What are the odds? So it's the with during a hype train or with over I think 5 gifted or whatever. For September, it gives a gifted sub to every people who gift Valorant has a chance of giving a number of gifted subs as well randomly. And it's a thank you for the gifted. Okay, why are we giving bits? We don't need to give bits. Then I appreciate the 2,000, but you don't need to do that. Like, why are we giving bits? You don't need to give bits. And now random fact. Okay. Let it just happen. You don't need it to happen, though. Like, that's the thing. I appreciate it, but we don't need it to happen. Got my train of thought just, like, lost me there. Okay, random fact about me. What is something that some people... Okay. Let me try to focus on giving a random fact out. Please, chat. What is that? Hold on. 7, 8. Gosh, what is that? 52? Okay, can you all slow down so I can do the math? And Chloe, thank you for the follow. Oh my goodness, why? Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, hold on. I did icy, so 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 11? No, 14. 14 plus 4. Okay. It's 58. I can count if needed. Please do. Please make sure it's the correct number because we're at 44. So whatever happened to 44 to now, if someone can do the math real quickly. Okay, 44 till now. I appreciate the subs, but we need to do math. I don't have an automated system for this. Okay, no, here's the thing, right? If we'll make it easier, right? If someone can go back to the beginning of stream and tell me how many subs were there, I will then, at the end of stream, just count up all the subs and just put them into a calculator. I'm on it. Thank you, Akira. Yeah, anyways, so fun fact about me. Let's see. Here's the thing, right? Exactly 92. Because I'm trying to think of something that y'all don't know. That like that's the hard part. Also, hello Orbits, welcome on in. It's hard because like for the new people, right? I can go like I have a background in martial arts, right? Like, that is something that I have. I have a background in martial arts. But, like, some of you already know that. That's the thing. And the server just lagged, but that's cool. Want it in mod chat? No, just hold on to it. Because if we can just keep adding on as we go, it'll just be easier that way. No, that, and I redeemed it. So, okay, well, there you go. Well, there we go. Yeah, so I have a background in martial arts. You're a Christian? Yeah. I am a Christian. I've been a Christian my entire life, basically. You're running down next to me. Awesome. Thank you, Kira. But yeah, anyways, Vampire SMP. You know the thing we were like supposed to talk about today on stream. So, besides that, besides the 4 we know... Alright, that... Oh yeah, that thing. You know, the thing that everyone really enjoys. You don't need to apologize. I think it's funny. I think I did clock a second... Or... Not a second. A 5th vampire... out of the original 4. Because I don't think there was just one vampire killing our cows. I think there was a second one. All looks at Cleo, yeah. That was fun editing to see, yeah. No, like you even hear it under my breath because I was so confused. Of just like witnessing Cleo, spoilers, like, but like Cleo, just going next to Owen, saying, "I don't care, they're not my cows. I'm starving or I'm hungry," whatever their wording was, and then just kill some of the cows with Owen, which I know in fact they have a farm right outside their house. And then there were just some other weird things. Like, well, like this one's sort of metagaming, but like also in character. Like, why did Cleo seem so hesitant about like Sausage's rally cry around everyone? Because yes, there were no particle effects around Cleo, but also just that, like, they were very hesitant and very like distant. Hold on, Jay, you got to a level 8 hype train. That's crazy. And then the other thing that like put me off was, or like tipped me off. Choo, nicely done, chat. Was the fact that Cleo mentioned we need to fortify this place. We need to make silver blocks, but then dropped over a stack and a half of silver on the floor, and then just didn't craft it themselves. They could have crafted the blocks first, and then gave us silver. But I know vampires don't like silver. That's just both in lore and just in general, so... It's that. The other, this is another weird thing that I thought was just weird. Cleo didn't have any armor on by the end of the session. And I fully remember at the beginning of, or at the end of the last session, I think Cleo only had silver boots on, but I remember at the very end of the last session, Cleo made armor because everyone was getting paranoid when the whole like darkness pushes back. And we were all like both in character being like, what is that? We gotta defend ourselves. And now, after all of this, you're telling me that Cleo went to go fight with Martin and them with no armor on. And even until the end of the session, still didn't have any armor on. But drops me over a stack and a half of silver. But no silver armor. Things just aren't adding up. And in character, I am just like trying to realize I think that's another vampire. And so I'm like, So next episode is going to be interesting because I get to try to have a conversation with people about that. Because here's the best part of all of that, chat. If Cleo is a vampire and is, like, correct, what also happened at the end of last session? Avid going, Cleo is the mayor / general of the town. So that means Cleo is now the general of the town and is possibly a vampire. I have my work cut out for me if that is the case. Oh, wait, a cure? Maybe. Possibly. Infecting vampire mirror occurs if they had one. That is true. That would be the second mayor that is a vampire. Yeah, if Cleo's a vampire, especially. Yeah, so the thing is, I don't know what like Cleo's ties are, or like where they stand if they are a vampire or not. Because like we don't technically have to be sided with the vampires right away. Like we had like there was a whole conversation with Avid, me, and Drift. Like if any of us get turned into vampires, none of us are gonna like attack each other. We're all gonna like do our best to make sure that we are all like, oh my goodness, this one's an interesting medium. So oh, I see. Okay, that's not too difficult. You just have to do timing. Cleo is seeing their skin not being a zombie. It's throwing me off. Yeah, no. That's funny. See what happened. See what the cliffhanger was about. Oh. So if you're talking about what I was doing at the end of it, it's slightly getting changed a little bit. The outcome's still going to be the same, but the digging isn't really going to be there. The digging's not going to be shown, basically. Basically, for context, that was me and Lagundo getting ready to fortify the tower beacon. And this is sort of an out-of-character thing, but I asked if I was allowed to make a pit / little, like, hole basement underneath the beacon so we could see if anyone tried to consecrate the beacon if they were evil while they were underneath, right? I was trying to counter their game, their like counter their strategy, right? I wouldn't say I'm not annoyed by it, but I'm apparently not allowed to do that. I am not allowed to make a hole in the ground underneath the beacon for which, again, fair if that's how the gameplay loop is. My only rebuttal, and I say this lightheartedly and jokingly, is then why are vampires allowed to dig tunnels under the town? If we don't know, if we can't stop them from digging tunnels. That's all my thing. If they're allowed to dig tunnels, why can't I dig a hole? It's not gonna like it's not a pitfall trap. It's not anything. Literally, it was just like 5 blocks down that encompassed the entire room. And there would just be like pathways from each doorway entrance that you then would be able to like just see in between. So you could still get to the beacon normally. You'd still be able to consecrate it if you're under it. It's just you're not in the comfort of the underground to where you don't get caught. Also, Hugs, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I will say though, so the digging basically got retconned, but the rest of what I want to do is still allowed, so I'm fine with that. If I can do the rest, great. I just now have to deal with the vampires trying to consecrate the beacon underground and not have a way to counter it. Which is fine. It's just gonna create some moments of, okay, welp. Actually, I might have a counter. Hold on. It wouldn't be a hole. But it could work. It still would fit into the idea that it still has to look and feel like a home. Like, basically the rule is for any type of internal structure, you have to have it make it feel homely. In the sense. Hobbit hole. No. But, like, what if I just spiffy up the... I don't know. That might not. I'll do testing. I'll see. Because, like, I'm sort of wondering if I just lower the floor down with stairs and slabs. It still technically is still part of said tower. Like, if I just do a bowl shape, in a way. Cube is silver buck. See, I'm not allowed to do that. Again, I am strictly told that I can't metagame and do things that typical Minecraft players wouldn't know or do. Just lower the floor, put the beacon on a pillar. No, well... And it's still the same. No, sort of. Yeah, like the idea, right? Hold on, actually, I can just show this, right? I can just go to a test world real quickly. Welcome to Explosion Test World, where I was testing TNT and beacons and end crystals for something separate. But like beacon here, right? The thing with the beacon is you have to be in like a radius of 2, I think. I think like you could I think like if it's at least here, I think you can consecrate it if it's like here. I think it's like 2 here, I believe. Maybe it might just be 1. I'm not too sure. To protect the town from underground vampires. And yeah, no. But like I'm wondering if I like beacon on podium still. I want to see, isn't... This, I think, is what I'm thinking of. He works like he sounds. I'm glad. I really do like this keyboard. It's a nice little keyboard. But if I do something like this, like I just lower every little peak holes, exactly. Yeah, like if I just do something like this, it's just you have to figure out how the corners would be. Because I can't have it hollow. Basically, all this would be filled besides, like, this point here. / time set day / game rule. What is it? Do day night cycle false. But yeah, like I could do something like that. Realistically, yeah. And just lower everything down by 1. Like, if I can't build if I can't dig a tunnel or, like, a hole, the thing that, like, the main thing that I'm wanting out of this is just being able to observe if people are trying to go under said beacon. So, like, having that be an option might work. Because if the tower's like this, right? I've basically just made a table with the beacon on it. Like episode 3. I'm glad. I'm glad. The Beacon Tower, listen every day and night. Well, no, you can't do that, unfortunately, right? Like, I'm glad y'all liked and enjoyed my thumbnail, though. I mean, technically, I I mean, I could. I actually could. Because you just need redstone and wood. And basically all it would be is that I don't think I'm not going to do that. I could, but I'm not going to. Just because of how like it is already. Block sound off? No. Oh, G blocks, no blocks are off. But yeah, like I could. The thing is, though, right? Like I already have an idea for how I want to do this, and I'll just show y'all it now. Oh, can. Ah, interesting. But basically, it's I need to actually see how it is inside, but the idea, right, is you do this. Well, it's iron, but it's just retextured iron. Plot twist. And you put every silver block behind the door. Because any vampire that is at a higher rank can't go through silver. And so they'll basically get pushed, and that means they can't necessarily break the other ones because the silver block will be pushing them. Yeah, and then you just have the normal tower going up. But, like, that's sort of the idea that I have. I don't know if it will work, but I'm still gonna do it tomorrow. And since we talked about it, that actually gave me a great idea to like adjust the interior, to make it fit and be fitting, while still being, because like ultimately all I wanted to do was just have a way to counter the tunnel by able to see the tunnel, aka a peek hole. Because it doesn't, like, the hole doesn't stop them from just pillaring back up. All it does is just lets us know, hey, we're checking on the beacon. Hey, there's someone down there. So the bowl of silver, would they just go up? I mean, yeah, they could. They could get up. The other thing is we have silver lining the center of the tower. Okay, look. Hello, everybody new here. My name is Abolish, and I basically play the game in a way that is how I would play the game. But it also just gets really annoying for everybody else. And it's not me fully sweating, it's just how I would like flying them upwards. No, it wouldn't fly them upward. They would most likely just be stationary. Had to be abolish proofed. And somehow it still wasn't. Because I asked if I could still do things and I was told no. So but yeah, like I need to ask tomorrow if I can use cobwebs for PvP. Because to not do the abolish things, basically, yeah. I pretty much any time that I've been wanting to do something or build something or want to try something, I always ask in my little like one-on-one that we have in the Discord in the questions suggestion, like, hey, can this be allowed or this cannot? I think you probably can. We'll see. We'll see. It really does just depend if I'm allowed to or not. Wait, there's a Discord? There's a creator Discord for all of the cast members. There's also just the POW Discord that you can go check out at POW Creations. But yeah, so I want to see if I can use cobwebs in PvP, just because I know it's going to be really, really helpful. I do not have one. I probably should at this point, but I don't. Are we all done? We're doing good. We're doing good. Well, oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm allowed to or not. Because I know they can sometimes be immersion breaking. Like, why are people just using cobwebs to stop others? But sometimes in Minecraft, you do things that are just Minecraft mechanic. Done something a bit silly. We all do stuff a little bit silly. Where's my teammate? Oh, my teammate's right there. Oh, I whiffed my hit on that one. I whiffed my hit on that last hit. Oh well. Unfortunately, they got third-partied. Players no call-ups, slow players down. Yes, but also not everyone uses them in PvP. That's the difference. Because you can go into you can go into SMP PvP combat practice, and it's like axe, sword, shield, crossbow, bow, blocks, gaps, cobwebs, lava bucket, water bucket. Like, it's the whole utility-based items. So Mr. Box and CCG from over South Korea. I'm so excited. Nice. Very, very cool. But yeah, I was so here's the thing, right? The humans are at a basically we are just screwed. The humans, I feel like we're gonna just slowly get picked off one by one. And I don't want to be just randomly picked off for nothing. So I may or may not have been practicing PvP and loadout management. If I get into a 1v13 somehow, I'm putting up a fight. So I've basically been figuring out what my loadout is if I need to get into a final fight. What blocks I need, what items I need to get. I'll doubt you get into a 1v13, but that's the thing, one person will be left alive by the end of it, which eventually will get down to 1v13. Got a number got to dwindle, or it's just a noble loss. Yeah, and I'm still following within the. We're creators, so we're still falling within the rule space of no one can just die. We can't just go after someone and like full. Okay, we're just getting smushed between 3 people. Yep, that was just a no. Well, that's just unlucky. That's just getting pushed by 2 different teams. Is they'll save Avid for last just to torment him. Yeah, that's the goal. Do you think that would be a cure? We don't know. Like, we've, like, behind the scenes, we've talked, like, if there was ever a point where a cure was needed for the story, there could possibly be one. But, like, that doesn't mean there will be one. To perma-kill the vamps. In the sense, we're basically, like, we're... Take vampires, like, rule system of not wanting to like, permanently kill somebody as, like, the life series. Where even if you're a red name, you can't just kill a red name just because they're a red name. You kind of still need to, like, especially if they become a red name super, super early. And that's just because everybody at the end of the day, we're all content creators. This isn't like an event or something. So we still need content for our stuff, right? And so that's why well... Oh, they got a silver iron sword. So that's basically why. It's realistically just, also why vampires have gotten, like, away with doing so much, like, out of character wise in reality. It's because, like, even if we're suspicious of somebody being a vampire, like, and we kind of know who a vampire is more likely than not, we can't be, like, out of character metagaming. We know they're a vampire because they aren't doing X, Y, and Z, right? And so because of that, vampires have gotten a little bit more lenient on what they are just, like, getting off scot-free. Gonna be insane on Twitter? Yeah, some people are gonna be happy, some people are gonna be pissed, and that's just how it happens. Continue the story without a quick sweep and massacre ending at all. To take the lead and slow the infection. No, that's the whole thing. Like, next episode, everyone's already agreed. We're kind of pumping the brakes because after everything that happened in episode 3, because we didn't expect it all to happen in episode 3, off scot-free, yeah. We were like, next episode, we're pumping the brakes. Vampires, you guys get to stay on your side and build your castle. Humans are going to stay on our side and fortify the town. If there are any vampires hidden among the humans, if they get caught, they get caught. If they're trying to stay subtle, they stay subtle. Like, unfortunately, like I said, I do think Cleo is a vampire. Oh, they just have diamond swords. Oh, and my hit just went through them. Cool, I love a server who can't register hits sometimes. The new mayor? Yep. Would canonically run out of food fast if they just attacked. Yeah. They all just starve? Oh, don't worry, I have a strategy for that. Trust me, I fully know after Cleo's comment of I'm starving and killing a bunch of like cows, it kind of made me realize that vampires really can only eat meat and anything else just doesn't give them the proper hunger satisfaction. And this is in character. This is not out of character, this is in character realization. So I thought, what if some of the humans just go out and slaughter all the animals they can find? Just so the vampires can't get to them. But can they starve? I don't know. They might. It's an idea. When I first thought, yeah, like I think I thought about that afterwards. Like once they killed all our like cows and such, I kind of realized it's like if they needed to kill that many cows and such, are the vampires really that good off on their own? That's like my wondering. This is in character. We're just getting pushed everywhere today. Like everybody from like every side is just pushing us. Oh, dang it. I thought you were going a different direction. Oh, cool. Oh, darn. But yeah. So, the part when you were like, were you the one mentioning the eyes and then it became a thing is so nice? Yeah, no, like, we have to stay in character. But we also, like, I can't be like, oh yeah, Pyro, you look normal. When I notice pale skin and red eyes, I have to be like, are you feeling okay? In my head, I'm like, he's a vampire. Pyro's a vampire, but I can't say he's a vampire because that's just metagaming. I can't go, your skin looks different, you're a vampire. As their own cattle so they don't starve, which could happen. I mean, they could try. But I don't think one human can satisfy a minimum of 4 vampires. Now, if they did it for lore reasons, sure, but like gameplay mechanic wise, I don't think that would work out too well. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Like I said, takes hunger. Human, doesn't it? Maybe, I don't know. Like I've never had the mechanic used on me, so I don't know how the mechanic works. I think they'd make it work. They each take 1 limb. One person gets 1 leg, the other person gets another leg, one person gets 1 arm, the other person gets another arm. But like I said, I'm not sure. So everything that I am saying is through the lens of vampire abolish. Like, if the vampires are so desperate that they're trying to kill our cattle, does that mean they always get hungry? And that's why they're so, like, wanting... like a pack of vultures, I call it dark meat. Yeah. Also, High School, think of 100 bits. I appreciate it. But yeah, like, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I also need to ask, like I said, tomorrow, if I can use cobwebs or not. Oh, see, this is why I hate the MCC Island colors, because how can I tell that was a teammate when I'm blue and that's light blue? Why are the 2 blues next to each other? Light blue needs to be on the opposite corner. This one needs to be on this corner. Like, it needs to be 3 points of contact in a triangle formation, because I thought that was a teammate. I genuinely thought that was a teammate. Cyan was right there too. Yeah, I thought Cyan was light blue, and light blue was my teammate, because all I saw was just blue. Also, guys, even with a tier 3. 22 months. That's crazy. They need like colorblind options or something. They just need to make it to where the colors are separated more. Like, have it to where the colors will always be on a separate angle from each other, not just randomly next to each other. Because I'm pink. There's no red, so I don't have to worry about red, but there is blue, cyan, and aqua all in this lobby. It just needs something. But yeah, I am excited tomorrow though. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm actually excited for excited for basically overall next week. And that person lagged. What's my ping right now? 95, yeah, server lagging a bit. To see more designs. I'm very excited to see stage 3. Yeah, no one's been a stage 3, yeah. See, that's the crazy thing, right? The people that make it to the very end as humans, you're never going to see their stage 3 vampire. I don't think anyone's stage 3 yet, and I'm doing this out of character wise. I don't think anyone is stage 3, strictly because what I've been told, like in character, and also just my assumption of stuff, right? Because I don't think Scott is, because one, I heard Martin said that he killed Scott, and so that means that Scott, if was tier 3, was back in the tier 2. And even then, I don't think Scott was tier 3, because from what he mentioned, I believe he was just at the castle the entire time trying to build it. I don't think it's Owen. Well, I know it's not Owen. I know Owen's not a tier 3, because Owen changed right in front of me in Lagundo after he killed all those cows. So I know Owen was the stage 2. Oh, cool. Thanks, game. Thank you for placing a block down and then it disappearing. Because server tick. So I know Owen's not. Pyro, I don't think is either, just because how Pyro's skin was just only the red eyes. Red eyes usually mean only tier 2, because tier 3, you can definitely tell who's a tier 3. I'll say that much. I won't spoil how, but you can definitely tell. And then I don't think Shovel is a tier 3 either. Tiers in character. Not necessarily. We just know, hey, you are a vampire if you're not. We'll kind of know if they are strong. And we've like sort of mentioned in lore that like that vampires can get stronger over time. Like we've mentioned that in character, but we haven't been like, oh, it's because we can tell by XYZ. We just like, you'll kind of know if they are or not. Like, I never knew Owen was only tier 1 until I saw him transform in front of me and his skin changed. So that's why I knew he was then tier 2. And that's why tier 1 vampires are so difficult to notice, is because tier 1 vampires is just the base skin. Nothing changes if you get turned into a vampire at tier 1. That's just some out of character stuff. Your base skin is the same skin as, and that's just for, again, more of like the Among Us imposter style of game, to where it's like you can't really tell. They just look like humans. It's only until they fully, I think, fill up their XP bar is when they become stage 2. So But yeah. I'm excited though. I'm excited for tomorrow. And excited for the week in general. But we're basically prepping. What else is going? Like we are basically just we're like overall prepping for TwitchCon. And so we actually get to like bulk record. I don't know if that's been officially announced yet. If anything, it'll be announced this week, probably after Tuesday, after tomorrow. It has? Okay. Yeah, no, we get the bulk record. So that means we get to film 2 different sessions this week. Which means we get to play more. Which means we'll know ahead of time what has happened, which means we have to keep our mouths shut until y'all witness it. And his teammate saved him. So yeah, we get to do that. There is a day missing, so the day of TwitchCon, that week of TwitchCon, there will not be a Vampire SMP episode. There'll be one after it, but there won't be one of the week of TwitchCon. So you'll have this coming week, next week. Yeah. So you'll have. What's the exact timing? Hold on, I can actually look this up. You will have the 5th of October, which is episode 4. You'll have the 12th of October, which is episode 5. You'll have the 26th of October, which is episode 6, and then afterwards, we'll go back to normal timing. Cowboys and No Dice Day. Yeah, like either way, y'all won't have like time to watch stuff. There will be other things happening, so it's like don't worry too much. Y'all have so many things to catch up on. A whole weekend keeping spoilers away from hundreds of fans. Basically, yeah. Ah, what the heck? What just happened? Galaxy. Why? Thank you, but you didn't have to do that. Yeah, 36 to subs. What are y'all doing? The sub goals is somehow. I get that, but be financially responsible, please. Like, I appreciate it, but also be financially responsible. Oh, damn. Okay, well, here we go again. And that was another 6 from Antari and Valorant. Okay. This is why I said we'll just wait until the end of stream. Guys, we're only an hour and 20, okay. And there's 9 more from Zen and Valorant. Oh my gosh. It's so peak. I reached my 50 sub badge, so yeah, nice job. It's our 1 September with bonus sub streams. I get that, but I also wasn't thinking in bits. Well, bit. I don't know if I'm including bits or not, because I don't know how to calculate. Well, 100 bits. So yeah, I probably could try. With my paper chat. Oh my goodness. Alright, after this game, we're gonna, like, try to figure out what the number is. You count bits, 300 equals 1 sub. You find your outfit. Thanks, April. Is it math time? Yeah. Okay, if I said I count bits, 300... Well, here's the question, right? Do I... What is it? Do I get the same amount of revenue from bits to subs? Because it's still, because a sub is $6, so that would be 600 bits, but I would only get 300 if they take half of the percentage of bits. That's what I'm wondering, because a sub is equal to 600. It's just the revenue that I would earn out of it. Also, for those who don't know, I'm doing the how? Okay, sure. 3 full swings of a diamond sword doesn't kill you. But what is it? The goal is that if chat gets to 150, I will wear my cowboy SMP outfit to the panel of TwitchCon on that day. So cowboy boots and everything. Cowboy boots, cowboy hat, all of it. So that's what's happening right now for those that are new that have only like seen my content through Vampire SMP. Line up again because things are hard to find. Yeah, they are. No, they definitely are. You get 80% of bits? Is it 80% of bits? Can we record it for those? I believe so, yes, because at the panel that we are being at, I believe is one of the recording places. So it should be there. Yeah, okay, so I get 80%. Hold on. What is that math? %80 of 600 is 480. Is 480. So that's just a weird number to do. I'm just gonna round up and say 5. Because, like, again, 5.6 subs is weird, is a weird number. So I'm just gonna round up and say 5 because it's only 20-bit difference. Nope, and yep. I'm getting on a 3v1 right now because my teammate decided to run. Yep. Only 40 more? Yeah, chat, we were at... What are we at? We're at 58 right now. Y'all decided to drop over another 50 for no reason. I mean, there's a reason, but y'all just decided to spontaneously do it at that random point of time. Because they named their SMP Realm SMP? That's crazy. You plan but accept defeat at a max of 80. Yeah, at a max of 90. When I mean no reason, I mean y'all just decided to go then. It wasn't like at the end of stream or at like the beginning of stream. It was just an hour and 10 minutes into stream. Like, that is such a specific number. Hello? Okay, I am now versing 3 people again because nobody on my team wants to jump down and fight. We want you to do the call. I get that. That's why I'm like, your reasoning is there. The timing of your reasoning makes no sense. Does it actually have a deeper meaning? No, I just wasn't expecting y'all to drop that. Like, I appreciate it. I genuinely do appreciate all the support y'all give me. And there we go again. If I see Wolf another 5 with Valor on 1. W gifted, W gifted. Like, genuinely, I do appreciate all the support y'all give me. Like, our community is small. Our community is very, very small. But we have a lot of regulars, and we have a lot of very dedicated, like, viewers and such. And I very appreciate all your guys' support. But I always say this, and I genuinely do mean it. Make sure you are financially responsible with what you do. Please. Hold on, chat. I can't read what y'all are saying because I am in a fight right now. Dude was just critting without even jumping. That is weird. But sure. Anyways, what happened? For Vampire Speak, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. I've already got 3 other people into it. Awesome. Financially responsible, huh? I never heard of it. Well, I'm a big advocate of being financially responsible. That's just the group of streamers you're with. Yeah, please don't go broke over streamer. Or any streamer. Doesn't matter who. And I say that as Blissey gave 10 and Valorant gave 3. Well, that's great comedic timing. $13 more. I'm so going to have to go on Amazon later, aren't I? And try to find all the clothing. Hey, April, have you found a hat yet? Because I might need that cowboy hat. Okay, I just missed this one. I'm on Sunday, I should be going out after work. Awesome. Thank you, because it looks like you're probably gonna have to get the hat. Hold on, before I get into another game. Akira, from when April subbed to now, how many subs have we gotten? Just so I can add it to the actual sub goal. Like what's... Or whoever was doing the math, I don't know. I thought it was you. I don't know who. Oh, yeah, no, I can... you don't need to do the research for the outfit. It's just the hat. I can find the clothing for what I need. And it's a thank you for the tier 1, the Red Ox. $130. We're in total of 130. Okay. Jeez, chat, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I am performing major arts for a reason. Well, it's fine, because basically, I can go back... Like, can someone just... Here. Can someone just give me the number at the start of stream? At the very, very start. Because I can do quick little math real quickly. Because I can just do some simple math. Well... There's another 5 gifted from Blizzy, and a bonus set of... Hold on, I was scrolling 2 from Valor. Thank you, Blizzy. 137. Y'all need to calm down. I am still streaming for at least another 30 minutes to an hour. If you want to do that at the end, fine, but we don't have to do it now. Time to add more, yeah. Don't worry, the hat will get bought. The hat will get bought. And I will pay April for the hat, or however much it needs to cover for the hat. Anyways, I was summoned. Thank you for the sub. Hello, Shauna. Chat's just trying to push for me to wear my cowboy SMP outfit for TwitchCon. So September, they've just been gifting. And there's 5 from Nico with another 1 from Valor. Oh my god, what is that? 37 plus 6? 43 now? Yeah. How did this happen? How did this happen? XD, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. How is there no hype train? It's because I think there's a cooldown for hype train or whatever. And there's another 2. That's 45. After I have to double check and make sure. You dug your own grave. Shauna, I was at 38 when stream started. I thought today was going to be a chill Monday. I'm not going to count any until the end of stream and just verify it. Chill in this community? Never. Sometimes it's chill. Sometimes y'all just vibe. Accept your fate. I was ready to accept it was going to happen. I just didn't think it would happen on the last day of September. That's all. We were something that wouldn't happen. Yeah. Hold on. What is the quest I need to do? This one. Medals. Earn 75 medals in Parkour Warrior Dojo courses. I can do that. People love a good deal. Yep. Anyways, chat, so vampires. I'm guessing y'all have been enjoying it. I think y'all have been having fun. I'm excited for y'all to see the outcome of how it ends, because I'm also excited to see how it ends. Actually, here's a question I want to run by y'all. This isn't confirmed. This was just an idea that I had. Right. More connectivity and ping improvements have been implemented. Please reconnect whenever it's convenient. Okay, cool. Thanks, Noxcrew. Me complaining about ping connection issues, all of a sudden server goes, we fixed your issue. Please reconnect to the server. Say it gets down to the finale, right? Let's say it's a 3v10, 2v11, 3v10, or like 3v11, 2v12, whatever it may be, right? Would y'all be for or against the idea of whatever remaining humans that are left have to basically just try to survive and get to a checkpoint that has been made? for for like however long the two have to, like, whatever the recording session time would be, and they just have to survive and run from Oakhurst and the other vampires for like the finale to see if anyone can actually make it out alive of Oakhurst. This was an idea I had the other night. It's not confirmed. This isn't so just run and hide until it runs out. Well, like the thing is, you just can't hide in your house, and vampires are now on the hunt. So the idea is you just can't hide the entire time because you have to get somewhere and be at that point by the end of the session. If you're not there by the end of the session, it's most likely you got turned into a vampire. Or you try to hunker down at that session, but they can also be at that checkpoint trying to kill you. If you can make it towards day, it gets daytime. Vampires start to burn in the daylight, and they become not wanting to hunt. They can't go after you once it's fully day after a certain amount of time in the session. Like the final day cycle hits. Like, that is an idea that I thought would just be like something, because here's the thing, right? It's either the humans put up a final fight and every human gets turned to a vampire and the vampires win, or the humans actually make a comeback towards like the midpoint / end of the series, and vampires and humans are now on equal footing, so it's anybody's guess. Or if the vampires keep up the pace that they're going at, the idea that because here's my thought, right? Realistically, if no one can just flee and run and they have to accept their fate, it's interesting to basically spread the tale of Oakhurst still as like it's just another story. What do you mean? Isn't that what the beacons are for? Because the beacons are just like capture points, and history repeats itself. Basically, yeah. Are the incentive to not hunker down? Yeah. Like to balance the odds of final state. Well, here's the thing that I kind of this is out of character, and I don't know if any vampires has done it yet, but like it's so painfully hard to consecrate a beacon. It is. It's like, have you gone insane yet? No, my character has just basically changed demeanor now at this point. It is so. I did the math for abolish. Thank you, April. But what I was saying is, it is so like painstakingly difficult to consecrate a beacon by yourself. It is so difficult. So the thing is, right, this is out of character, and I don't know if any vampire has done it yet, but vampires, I think, at a certain level, I think it's at tier 2, can teleport to the beacons they've consecrated.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, vampires have an ability where if they have a beacon consecrated, they can just teleport to it. This is out of character. No one knows this in character wise. So the issue with that is that if a vampire goes into town, or multiple vampires go into town, and they don't find people, they're going to assume that we are somewhere out there. And if there are people trying to consecrate one of the vampire's beacons before it actually gets turned to neutral, they can just teleport to it, and then they just start fighting. The other issue, right, is vampires have much higher mobility than humans. They can just wait and camp. Yeah, basically, yeah. So the other like issue for the humans is vampires can turn into bats and fly. We know this. Y'all seen it. So that means they can just go in the air and just fly across in creative mode, basically, to the beacon they need to get to way faster than humans can actually reconsecrate the beacon once it hits to a level. And they'll get notified that it's been consecrated because it tells anybody if a beacon has become purified or gained a curse or removed a curse. Approaching desecrated beacon and like approaching potentially loaded like animal trap. Yep, basically. Let's get stronger, or this is unfair. I mean, vampires are supposed to be scary and strong. Like, originally humans weren't supposed to have any powers. Like, that was a crazy thing. So, just like the overall premise of it is that, like, there is potential of winning from either side. It's just one side has has a greater chance of winning than the other side. The third time I've had this exact conversation, others are making similar conclusions. Yeah, like, vampires are supposed to be scary. They're supposed to be strong. It's just literally SMP is called vampire SMP. It's not human or like oak-cursed SMP or like gothic SMP. It's vampire SMP. The focus is on the vampires and what they are able to do and how scary they are. And so, with the ability of how vampires are, it's very difficult for humans to have a quote-unquote comeback. Also, Akira, thank you for the tier 1. They're better scary. Yeah, it's better if they're scary and be like, they can just do whatever they want. It's fine. Because that's like... It doesn't make it fun, because imagine if, like, you saw Scott, but he can easily die to, like, anything. It's difficult, and trust me, there are abilities in the tomb if they get generated that I know out of character-wise that are strong against vampires. You've seen some of them already. Holy Word is pretty strong. Lantern Thrash is strong. Shoulder Barge is great for trying to slow things down. Yeah, but the humans still need a fighting chance, and that's the part where I'm like, if it gets to a point where we're just low on numbers, I'm going to start sweating. The entire time this is why I've played this little like shy character, is that I've played a character that basically doesn't want to go out into the dark and go out and start doing stuff because, like, I was told, hey, don't right away start sweating because then it's not going to be fun for a story / for, like, the other creators who aren't much of a, like, sweat in the sense. Which, again, fair. And so, this is what is more PvP and scheme heavy than it plays into. It really does, and like this is why I'm and why I kind of shifted my character, and this is why I said my character's demeanor has shifted a little bit at the end. There's a little cinematic, there's a little moment after Owen flees and like runs after killing all the cows that like I let out a sigh. And it zooms on my face, and I turn and I say, we need to defend this place. It's not scared. It's okay, we have to actually do something now. And it's not out of character. There actually is a reason to why he drops the scared. Now, will it be told in lore? I don't know. It depends on how the ending happens. But there are reasons to it. There is a story behind it. everything that I've told you about my character so far is true. Is 100% true. He's come to Oakhurst to pay respect for his mom and dad and to build them a grave. But there's also other things that I have not said yet. But the premise of introducing my character has been done. Fine, if it's gonna be that way, it's gonna be that way. Yeah. It's and I'm gonna say this, and I'm basically dropping a spoiler here for my character. It's a fine. I have to drop the facade now of being scared. Now I'll stain my bloods. Now I'll stain my gloves crimson. Yep. Do they? Oh no, don't worry. I have some quotes for my character that if I'm able to save them, say them, it's gonna be so fun. I have some banger quotes in my head. Gruppen, yeah, Blackwin. Which, for... That is the city that he lived his entire life in. That's where his parents were from, that's where his grandparents were from, that's where his great-parents were from. The city of Blackwin. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be Blackwin. More like hold on. It's spelled in the sense of Blackwyn. Y. Blackwyn. Like wyvern in the sense. Blackwyn. Yep. Just like that. Knowing this now? I said it in my video. I said it when I was talking to Owen. The little conversation I had with Owen towards the start. Yeah. I said I came from... He asked, like, I had ties here, and I'm like, yeah, it's sort of, not really. I don't really... It's more bloodline related. I don't really know, just besides the stories that I've been told, but I come from the city of Blackwyn. Kemigem, or Kemigem, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So yeah, crazy. It's gonna be fun next session because you're about to see a different side of my character. He's not gonna be as timid anymore. I'll say that much. When you get the copper reward? What do you mean copper reward? To take more initiative? Oh, don't worry. He will. Maybe not for the town's benefit, but he's gonna take initiative for himself. Viewer drops. Oh, I see. I don't know if I have drops on or not for this. You do, I got the jobs. Then probably just watching. Strictly just watching Minecraft. Oh, you have to sub to earn that one? Oh, I see. Yeah, no, next session is going to be fun tomorrow. We get to learn another spell, another little tome ability. And we get to fortify the town a bit. The copper core, then sub to get the golem emote. Oh, interesting. Isn't it like 10 episodes? I think the goal is like 8 to 10, give or take. Trying to end it around like October, November, I think was the goal. Like 4, depending on what we need. Because I think it's because like that will then end POW's stuff for the year. We then go into Christmas time. All the fun little Christmas things happen. And then we start back up again for next year. Next session was tomorrow. Recording it. So, oh yeah, no. Yeah, no, with us bulk recording, it's gonna be a little bit easier on me. I'm still gonna have to put in a lot of work. I basically don't get any breaks in between. But that means I can get stuff done and not worry about TwitchCon. And not worry about crutch time, like missing something for TwitchCon or anything. Because I will be gone for basically a whole week in October. So I will be gone from... What's TwitchCon? TwitchCon is just a big Twitch convention in San Diego. Doing San Diego? Relax for a bit. Or basically, I'm gonna be gone for a week. I won't get back until the fall, like towards the mid end of the week following TwitchCon. So I think I get back on the 22nd, I believe. But yeah, pretty much this whole week of TwitchCon is me just going to be vibing, relaxing, enjoying the con, doing the panel, trading Creo cards. And anything else outside of that will just be extra little fun, because trust me, I need at least a week to relax, especially for how much I edit in these videos. I'm 1 second off. Remind me to bring mine for trading. I have my whole box already. I have a whole box of a sticker that says trade box. And those are all the cards I'm going to be trading. Every duplicate, like more than 1 or 2 duplicates that I have in a box, and I am going to bring with me to TwitchCon to trade with anyone who has other Creo cards that I am looking for. I want to try to fill out the remainder of the full art holos that I need, because I only need like, I think 9 in total full arts. And I have duplicate full arts that I want to trade, that I can trade. So... Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me finish this parkour and then I'll answer. Okay, well. Did you plot Black Stars beforehand with any other cast, or is any lore session you gave just yes and through improv? So basically, right, how my entire character, or there's an MC meetup, yep. How my character was made is that I had an entire background plot made on him, on his story, his background, his character, who his parents are, what his parents did, who his like stepfather is, what his stepfather does, where the city they come from, why he goes to Oakhurst in the first place, what his demeanor is partially, and so on and so forth. Like everything that like you would make for a D&D character, I basically did that for my character. So I did that, and now every interaction that I've had with a character is simply improv. It's entirely improv. Everything that is like, if there is somehow a connection or somehow like relation, it's entirely by accident. It's entirely by improv. It's entirely by speculation on what like people think. But everything that my character does think and is through my POV is already in the sense of what I want to tell in the story. Oh, dang it. But yeah, trading card of Minecraft content creators have been in MCC, yeah. Wait, not stepfather, adopted father. I actually said stepfather, but like adopted. Base is the same, sort of, yeah. Basically, it's he sees his adopted father as also like a mentor a lot as well. So like stepfather, adopted father, mentor, however you want to call it, but yeah. He's the father who stepped up. That's good. Let's see, can I get the timing down? Ah, that would have. I don't actually know that would have been it. Oh well. Well, your other father's dead, so not much stepping up can be done from there. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Oh. Oh, so this is the email I got in chat from your guys' little hype train. I just pulled up Twitch on my other monitor. That's a great one. Where is it? Workshop. I got that. Nice. I need arcane cores, okay. Mythic cosmetic core. How do I get mythic cosmetics? That's a question. Oh wait, do I have to actually craft my mythics? Probably. Rare clusters, rare clusters. But yeah, no, like, I've been practicing PvP just for when the inevitable happens of a fight. Like, I have been kind of so the entirety, especially after I learned about priority items, like I have water bucket here. Sorry, it was like wooden stake here, water bucket. Food is here, pickaxe is here, lantern here, and then like other, and then it was like blocks here, cobwebs here. And like the priority of my items that I was wanting to make sure. You almost burned down Martin's house? Yeah, but the server was paused and then fire tick was turned off. So it's fine. And then Martin almost burned down his Hona house and Lagundo's house. So again, it's fine. Okay, well. Oh, there's just a bigger hole here. I still got the kill. See, that's what I want. See, if I had lava, if I was able to use lava in vampires, that's what I would do. Vampire charge at me, cool. Turn around, place lava bucket, they get stuck, and then I start critting them out. Themselves and the vampires are. It happens. Humans are clumsy. That's why I changed my keybind. See, here's the big question that I'm wondering, right? You looked for lava? When I was mining, yeah. And then I realized I'm at the level there's lava. There is no lava. See, when I said I was gonna do things that other players wouldn't do for PvP, that you would do in PvP. So that's why I have a flint and steel. Next best thing, flint and steel, which actually might be a bit better because that means I can Nope. Perfectly boxing for the follow. I didn't say that a while ago, but thank you. I just noticed that. Wait, that's so smart. Look, I know vampires are weak to fire. I'm using a flint and steel. I got my lantern thrash and I got a flint and steel. Like, oh. Here's my thing that I really want to test, and I know it just would be BM and not abolish proof, but I really want to test it. Because you wanted the fire tick damage. Yeah, and just me holding my lantern from, so I metagamed a little bit, right? So I didn't learn Holy Word, because Holy Word only affects tier 2 vampires. It doesn't affect tier 1 vampires. So if you're tier 2, it freezes you in place. If you're tier 1, it doesn't. It's basically out of character. They do that so basically you can't what's the word? You can't just basically go to a bunch of people and be like, "Ha, you're frozen. I know that because you're a vampire now," and then it just ruins their POV. Not fun. So what I decided to do was learn Lantern Thrash instead, because that way that does everybody, not just vampires. Of that though, well, no, exactly, because like lore, me finding a lantern, it was in my thumbnail for episode 1. It was very fitting, and then also I could use it in my thumbnail for episode 3 of like me holding up a lantern and seeing just the silhouette of a vampire in the dark. Like, story-wise, it lined up perfectly. Again, not scripted, entirely improv. If whatever was in that tomb could have been something entirely different. Hey. Oh, well. I wanted to put that in the cobweb, but I didn't get put in the cobweb. So that's why I learned Lantern Thrash. But I want to test, right? Holy Word stuns a vampire. It basically locks them into place. And then they're immune to damage, right? The thing is, though, if you... this is just a Minecraft mechanic. Minecraft, if you get set on fire, even if you are immune, and you don't take damage, like you're in creative, you still have the fire on you. But if you go out of it... Right? Right? So, the thought of basically stun-locking somebody with Holy Word, placing them in cobwebs and setting them on fire, and then once the immunity is done... you then start critting them out while being in cobwebs and set on fire. Yeah, I'm probably not allowed to do that. No, if it happens, it happens. I will Holy Word Lantern Thrash in a group of people. Like, I will fully Holy Word Lantern Thrash, stun them, set them all on fire. They don't take the fire tick damage right away, but they'll take the fire damage while they're in the Lantern Thrash. Once they're not immune anymore. That is full thing. The thing I'm probably not allowed to do is basically set up and lock them in cobwebs. Now if it is just me versus 13 people, that might happen. If it's me and Avid versus 12 people, that might happen. I said I will defend myself. If I need to in this SMP, I will start sweating if I have to. Because my character wouldn't just be like, no, please don't. He's gonna swing. Like, let's be honest here. He will swing. This is a hoodoo level. All the testers now that I've been in my stream are like going to test, being like, "Is this doable?" Because Ballas says that he might do this. Fight back! Fight back! Someone call hospital, but not for me. See, okay, here's my other thing that I'm so like I'm frustrated I haven't been able to find. I have not found a single arrow. Are arrows just disabled? I need to ask this question. Are arrows just disabled on the server? Can you not craft them? I haven't found feathers for chickens. I haven't found the chickens for the feathers. I know there are chickens because I haven't seen them. It's just every time I killed a chicken, it hasn't dropped a feather. Like, I've killed skeletons. I don't know if it's just my luck, but I've only gotten bones. I've not gotten arrows. Which, if arrows are disabled, I'm gonna be upset because the idea of a vampire that is low, right? Low on health, turns into a bat and tries flying away, and you pull out a crossbow and you're able to just land the shot with the crossbow as the bat's flying away. Getting that in a cinematic shot would be so cool, or just barely missing the bat. If you just barely missed it. Like, either way, it's an epic shot for, like, if you fail, and it's a great shot if you succeed. And I really want to make a crossbow for that reason. Just to only, like... Just to have those moments where, like, if you need to... I've seen arrows from anything other than a skeleton. No, that's what I'm saying. People have gotten hit by skeletons, but I've not found arrows yet, and I need to ask. I need to ask the question, are arrows disabled? From the drops of skeletons. Because I need arrows. Don't need a lot, just a few. Well, and there's the 5 gifted with us. Blizzy, you've gifted too much. I appreciate it, but you can stop now. We've reached the goal. You've actually gone over the goal by 1. You're at 51 now. Thank you for helping a broke college kid. I'm done. Thank you. Thank you. That means after stream, I get to go look on Amazon for a red buttoned-up shirt, some black jeans, some cowboy boots, and a scarf. I'll double check to make sure at the end of the stream. But even if we're off by a little, I'll probably still do it because y'all have put y'all decided today you were just gonna fully blow out the goal. You need help? I got you, Polish. If I need to help finding something, I know the people I can go to, and I appreciate the help. Who wears the same 4 outfits? Or I haven't been asked. Hold on. Let me play real quick and I'll try answering your question. People are here. I know that if I die, I die. I don't care all that much. It's more or less. How did... Okay, well... I basically saved him by placing the young cobweb underneath me. That's crazy. With 2% spandex, they stretch a little, so the quad workouts won't be a problem. So what was your question? I don't know what questions have or haven't been asked, but if Vampire Ball is at this current point was turned, how would he handle it? If that's not a question you want to answer. No, I can answer it. Honestly, he would try to kill everybody. And I don't mean all the humans. He would try to slaughter all the vampires. But at the same time, He would slowly, depending on how it works. I don't know how this would go, but if I was able to handle my like focus and not turn to 2 or 3, he would only try killing the vampires. But as soon as he turned to tier 2 and even to tier 3, it would be really hard for him not to almost attack anyone around him. Just because being turned is still a difficult thing to just get a hold of. But yeah, no, priority 1 is just vampires. Right now, he's just fully defending himself. He has, like... So here's the little thing, right? And I even, like, mentioned it and in the little confrontation I had, like, not confrontation, the little, like, conversation I had with Owen at the very end of the episode, I asked the question, you don't want to kill people, do you? And his response was, if I must. So in his mind, in this little bit of, like, behind the scenes, in his mind, he kind of thinks vampires aren't bad. Not all of them, at least. He thinks a lot of them are doing because they just have to do it. But if left to their own, he doesn't think that all of them just want to do it, anything. It's only the ones that become evil, in the sense. So, if he got turned by them, he would specifically go after those in that grouping, because those are the ones that he's like, all right, you all are bad because y'all just turned me now when I've done nothing wrong to any of you. Yeah, being a vampire doesn't automatically make you a monster. And that's why I'm like, I'm sus of Cleo, especially towards the end of the episode, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if Cleo is actually bad, or Cleo just became one, is confused, and still wants to help the town. Like, I'm not sure in character. I'm not even sure out of character, but like... Like, from every interaction that I've had so far, since I've been sus of them by the end of that episode, it kind of has been like a... I need to say something, because I can't keep this a secret to myself, but I also can't be like, we're going on a manhunt and we're going to fully execute this person. So, like, tomorrow there's definitely going to be some conversations had. With who, I don't know. That's the part I'm not sure. And Gatekeep, they almost have the trio. I mean, at this point, if Cleo is a vampire, like, Cleo just girl bosses no matter what. Like, vampire, non-vampire, Cleo just girl bosses no matter what. Have you seen what they done? They were not afraid to punch when everyone was walking around their home. Like... Where'd that person fly to? Hello, teammate. Help, please. Please and thank you. Hold on. That was just unfortunate. I saw their name tag of their health bar clip through the... backstory stuff. It'll be fun. I don't know how I can tell all of my backstory. I do have an ending that I can't wait to properly show. Like I already have my ending finale like done with. Ow. Uno momento. Yeah, I don't know how they didn't take any damage there. Dang. I guess they had health regen. And a whole 7 break time. Nice. I did like 25 cuts to Cleo. I mean, I do like 25. He's sus of her through. Yeah, through and through. I'm fully sus of Cleo. Yeah, so I went quiet there, chat. I was trying to focus in. Yeah, no, after the strength boost test thing, also, it's just like Cleo killed a bunch of cows with Owen, even though Cleo knows Owen is a vampire. And then the little strength test, not so much just the particles, but more on the line of like very hesitant. Yeah, I'm 2v1ing there with no armor. With the particles of... Yeah, she backed away immediately as soon as Sasha was like, all right, everybody, let's gather around, and was very hesitant of joining in. and then after it was done, still stayed away from everyone and almost was like, "Yep, all good, all done, we're fine." And that was weird. And then lastly, just dropping a stack and a half of iron to us, being like, we need to make silver blocks, but not crafting them, but not crafting the blocks themselves, and then also just not having any armor, even though they had armor with them by the end of episode 2, and then they just never made any more, but you had a stack and a half of silver on you the entire time. So there's just a lot of suspicious as like in character stuff. She was handing out armor even, yeah. Yeah, so again, a lot of just suspicion and being like, I'm not sure. That's weird. For some reason, Twitch is saying I'm offline. But I'm not. So I don't... So I don't really know. Yeah, like, I just can't see from my POV. But it says I'm live. Y'all are watching me. So I'm not too sure really why. Oh, I got hit from behind by another person. Twitch is just being Twitch. Yeah. Like, I refreshed my page, and... Oh, there we go. Yeah, don't know why. Twitch is just being weird for a moment. Hey, it's nice hopping in. Have to go. Alright, bye, Bless. Thank you for stalking on. Bye. Have a good one, Blossom. It's like this is hello, Moonlit. Hello? Server, can my hits register, please? I know, like, I'm literally on the player. I'm having TwitchCon withdrawals. Yeah, that was me with EU. I'm like, I want to go to EU, but I know I can't go to EU, but I want to go to EU. Alright, but we'll probably go for like another 10 minutes here, and then call it there for today. 2026, hopefully. Maybe. Oh, I could actually do that. Hold on, I was just thinking. You know how earlier today in stream I was like, how can we find a way to be able to see them because I can't just do a hole underneath? Because like we had this little idea, right? We technically can do this. Like, we can technically have it almost the entirety across in a way. Oh, yeah, okay. Because instead of a single little hole, we can do something like this instead. Like, you can see everything from under there. Right, like, I can't just do this. I can't make it... I mean, I totally could do that. Have all the connecting points be on the ends here. It's almost a feet trap. I mean, yes, for the vampires, not for us. Like, I can do the table. Like, I can fully do this table method here. I don't know, they could bite the ankles. I think it's fine. It's not a hole. It's not a hole, it's just everything's down by one. And everything's still fully functional, it's just lowered the floor by one. Because that way, if someone tries to make a tunnel, they'll have to go lower. Which is then a problem for them. Yeah, for those that are coming, I was trying to think of a way that we can defend this tower. And this was the idea. So basically, tower is still the same in the interior. You just add a ladder here instead, or just add a ladder like here. But this way you can see underneath the little tunnel that people are trying to like get within reach of this. Now, I would love if I could do it like this way, but that is too much, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to do it this way. Because, luckily, Minecraft has their nice little bit of open gaps. See, what I was thinking is being able to, like, do this instead, but you only get so much here, where this is way more doable. We have a prominent blood vessel in the leg and the foot. Can be used as emergency IVs. Yeah. Yeah, no. This will be probably built tomorrow during the recording session. Because I can't have a hole. And if anyone questions why this is like this, it's a table. Fancy IKEA table. Anti-vampire baby gate in a different font. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm actually curious, Oh, that is... No, they can mine that one. But... Yeah. If they want to mine that, they can try to mine it. But silver block here just makes it annoying. Table. I know it's a little bit bigger than this, but like this is just the concept. Yeah. Anyway, chat, we've been streaming for like 2 hours and 40 minutes. And that's usually around the time I finish. Well, thank you all for joining in with me today. It's been super, super fun. Hope you all did enjoy today's stream talking about Vampire SMP. Talking about a little bit other stuff like MCC and TwitchCon and so on and so forth. You all have been awesome, amazing, and wonderful as always. Let's go raid into somebody. And figure out who we want to raid into. That is my voice. Okay. You know what? We're gonna raid into Jaw. Jaw Unleashed. If you don't know who he is, Jaw was a sub for MCC Rising, but he also helps with a lot of the state SMP ish videos that you see. He is the main editor, like head editor person, helping out ish with a bunch of different cool things. So we're gonna raid into him. So join on the raid. You can leave right on after when you need to. /raid Jaw Unleashed. You all have been super fun to hang out with. I will see you all next week where we talk about episode 4 of Vampire SMP. But as always, you are awesome, amazing, and wonderful. Remember, chat, abolish your regret. I will see you all next time.